I've been in a dilemma recently, and I'm not sure if many of you relate to this, but I'm the anime-loving weeb of my friend group, and that's pretty much all they know me for, and it makes up about 99% of my personality trait. Most of them are new anime fans, and when the topic of anime is brought up from time to time, they seek out quote-unquote my expertise on what anime to watch, and the conversations usually would go like, "Hey man, what anime do you recommend I should watch?" I mean, I don't fucking know. One time I recommended them to watch One Piece like the absolute buffoon that I am, and they understandably said that shit is way too fucking long. So now I usually just give them the good old what's currently airing that's popular or well-respected anime throughout the community. Now, as the title of this video suggests, I'll be explaining what not to recommend to new anime fans, but before I get into that, let me explain what I mean when I say new anime fans, because there's a range to this, where they can be people who have touched grass and never watched any anime in their life to someone who has watched some anime in the past, whether it be airing on Toonami or Adult Swim. Hold on there, bucko. What gives you the authority to tell us what to and not to recommend to others? Well, my fellow weeb, you can call me the Grand Master in watching anime. I have 12 years of experience in this field. But mainly it's because of my recommendations getting shot down every time I suggest them. Now that I explained to you why I have the credentials and showed you my doctorate in being a weeb, let's get started. Anime has been getting popular in the past few years, so popular in fact that celebrities of all kinds, athletes, movie stars, TV stars, and streamers all have been more open to talk about anime as a whole. Even recently in the Crunchyroll Anime Awards show, they invited some of these celebrities to present some of the awards like football stars Aiden Hutchinson and Juju Smith-Schuster, Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things, WWE stars Zelina Vega, streamers Valkyrie and Saikuno, just to name a few. Where am I going with this, you may ask? Most celebrities when they're talking about anime usually tell you what their favorite animes are or what they're currently watching, but none have been brave enough to recommend their S-tier starter pack like Michael B. Jordan. He's done an interview recently promoting a new movie he's starring in, and within that interview he would name 5 shows for people to start getting into anime with. So, what are the 5 anime he listed? Well, you already seen 3 of them in the thumbnail, Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. The other 2 he suggested were Dragon Ball and Hunter x Hunter. I think this would be a great starter pack if it was recommended 10 years ago. Now, for those of you that don't know, all these shows are super lengthy. How lengthy? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's do some quick maths, because if you decide to watch all these series as of recording this video, there are a combined 2,578 episodes in all of them. But let's make it a bit easier for the viewer and remove all the fillers. Now it's only a measly 1,867 episodes. So, you're telling me to introduce someone to the world of anime, you make them sit down and watch all of these? Now I get it, all these shows are iconic, legendary, and are really nostalgic to a lot of people. I mean, even for me, each one of them holds a special place in my heart, but it won't matter to anyone who has never grown up watching any of these shows. It's not just long-running shows though, because there are shorter series that are good shows, but I don't think it's appropriate for any new anime fan to watch if they're just starting out. For example, Konosuba and Prison School are without a doubt out of the equation, and let's even throw in a more tame show like No Game No Life. Wait, No Game No Life? What do you mean? Yes, have you seen the scenes with Shiro and Sora? They're kinda acting a little sus. I mean, I don't think siblings typically act like this together, right? Or am I the fucking crazy one? For Konosuba and Prison School, I think both are hilarious, but the antics as well as the plot is dangerous for the uncultured fan. But now that I've said my piece on some anime you shouldn't recommend new anime viewers to watch, let me ask you a question. What are some anime you can recommend? For me, the first anime that always comes up in my mind are either Death Note or Attack on Titan. I feel like these are shows that have a great premise and the general population can appreciate them for what it is. But at the end of the day, it all depends on who you are talking to. For example, if they like romance, action, fantasy, or sci-fi, etc. Heck, if they don't even give a shit about the episode count, then recommending anything from Michael B. Jordan's starter pack would be amazing. There are so many great shows out there that I feel like anyone can find a show that matches their taste, but it's so hard to narrow it down to just one. But to give them a taste of what anime is all about, I believe Death Note and Attack on Titan are in a league of their own. If we break it down in simple terms, Death Note is really similar to popular TV shows like Breaking Bad.
You're goddamn right.
The main character is the antagonist, hiding behind an alias with an ulterior motive, and the cops/detectives are trying to figure out who the mastermind is behind that alias. And for Attack on Titan, it is the first show that changed the narrative of anime is just for kids, or at least that's my opinion on the matter. This is the first anime anime that hit the mainstream media like nothing before. It was one of the very first anime to be featured on Netflix in their catalog and displayed to an audience that would never have been introduced to this medium without it. But as of recently, I've been expanding my lineup of recommendations a bit and adding to it Demon Slayer, One Punch Man, and Mob Psycho 100. These are my starting 5, my S tier starter pack. Now, there are 2 reasons why I made these additions. First reason is pretty obvious. The animation for all of them are just incredible. Demon Slayer's animation broke the internet, becoming one of the hottest topics on Twitter when episode 19 came out. The fight between Saitama and Genos in One Punch Man was utter perfection. Studio Bones truly hit it out of the park with every fight they did in Mob Psycho. I mean, what can I say? All these shows are just straight up eye candy. The second reason is that I feel that anybody can enjoy these shows. Demon Slayer is probably one of the most well-known anime of all time in both Japan and Western media. The plot is easy to follow, where it's just a simple revenge story. One Punch Man can even appeal to someone like Bill Burr, but maybe that's because he's bald, so that's a bit of a toss-up. And Mob Psycho recently wrapped up its final season with minimal flaws, if any for that matter. A perfect 10 out of 10 show. This is just my take. I already know I have trash taste, so you don't have to remind me. I'm basic as fuck with my recommendations, but that's just what you gotta do with new anime fans. Alright, that's about it. See ya.